What's up guys, Kennan here from Marshall Goldman Motor Sales and Leasing, and today we are taking a look at the Lamborghini Murcielago Roadster. I'm going to begin by apologizing for the sound in the back room. It is raining here today, and the detail guys are getting stuff ready to get presented in our showroom, so you might hear a little bit of noise from vacuums and things. But this is a pre-LP Lamborghini Murcielago Roadster. So what I'm going to do is give you a little tour around it, just point out some interesting things about the car, give you a quick startup video, and then just let you take in the Lamborghini Murcielago. So one of the interesting and bizarre things about this car are how the seats are positioned. As you can see, they aren't exactly straight toward the steering wheel. They kind of point toward the middle of the car. So when you sit in it, your feet actually go that direction, which is kind of bizarre. Like most Italian exotic cars of this era, the handbrake is located on this side of the driver's seat, which means that if it is deployed, normally you wouldn't be able to get into it because it would be there. But because you're able to push it back down, even when it is engaged, you're able to get in and out of the car without any issues. It's kind of a bizarre feature, but it is one that is in most Italian cars of this vintage. So taking a look at the 6.2 liter V12 back here, it is embraced in this carbon fiber lattice work. This was a $6,500 option on this car when it was new. The interesting thing about this V12 is that it has 4 throttle bodies. Most cars that are 12 cylinders actually only have 2. If you look at a lot of Ferraris, they have 2, but this car actually has 4. If you're familiar with exotic cars, if they sit around for a long time, the batteries tend to go dead. Luckily, Lamborghini thought about that, and they put a little plaque inside the engine bay on this massive piece of carbon fiber to warn you that if this car sits for more than 20 days, you should put it on a charger. It has about 30 days of static charge depending on ambient temperature. Kind of a funny thing that they actually thought about something practical in a Lamborghini. Of course, probably the most iconic part of any Lamborghini are the scissor doors. Having them open, it was supposed to resemble a bull with the horns, and you can certainly see that from the front of the car. And they do make a statement. The scissor doors look pretty cool up and down, but they actually are pretty practical. To get in and out of the car, it makes it a lot easier to sort of throw yourself out. The technique is to put your foot in and sort of lean into it, and the technique for getting out is just kind of throw yourself out, and having the doors up like that makes that a lot easier. This car is also quite renowned for its numerous beeps that it makes. When you lock the car, you get that beep. When you unlock it, it makes a lot of beeps. When you put the car in reverse, it beeps. When you open the doors, leave the doors open, it beeps. When you do a lot of stuff in this car, it tends to beep. Another kind of cool touch about this car is you notice all of the buttons on this car that have something to do with it, whether it's traction control or putting the winglets up and down or the front lift system, all of them have a Murcielago on them. They aren't just generic car buttons. That's kind of cool attention to detail from Lamborghini. Like a lot of cars from this time, the steering wheel actually has the horn here. It's not located in the middle, that's just your airbag. A kind of weird feature about this car is how obscured the brake pedal is by the steering column. It actually sits right there, and when you sit in the car, you can't actually see the brake pedal. Or the top of it is completely covered. But there is actually a full brake pedal down there. As is typical with most Italian cars, you don't get a lot of storage in them. In fact, in this car, in the center armrest, that's all the storage you get. I think you could maybe fit like a pencil in there. Another interesting thing about this car is that most of the buttons are there on the center console. However, if you want to put this car in reverse, the button is over here. I'm not sure why they did that, but they put that button along with all of your lighting buttons over here. It seems like there was room to put it right there in the middle, but Lamborghini decided not to, so that's an Italian car for you. Alright guys, well that wraps up the quick tour of the Lamborghini Murcielago. I hope you liked it. Make sure to leave any comments or questions down below. Check out the link in the description to see the full spread on this car on the website. Also make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter under the username Marshall Goldman Motor Sales. Thanks for watching guys. I'll catch you in the next one. It makes a lot of beeps.